speaking of Elon Musk, him buying Twitter, like,
Yeah.
that's
How do you
pretty
feel about
interesting. 40, what was it, $43 billion
That's a
later.
lot of money.
He apparently paid, I think it was half of it in cash, like money he had on hand. $20 billion that he
That's
just had
crazy.
liquid. Like, think of that. That's ridiculous. Like, that's so much money to just have. Like, that's shit that wasn't in a company that he happened to have to then use somewhere. Cash on hand if needed. Like, what the hell?
Dude.
I mean,
Yeah,
I know like
do you see
Apple's cash reserves are in like freaking like, they just have like $400 billion cash sitting around.
I
But
wish they would
like,
just
it's
give me,
crazy.
couple.
I would take
$2 that.
0.01% of that, and
Same.
I would probably be able to live the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But
Me and you both. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's pretty crazy. I know people are worried because part of it he has to take a loan out to whatever. He's like taking loans out, but people are saying that. But because of where his money is, he's gonna be able to borrow on the assets he has. So people are saying that like he's gonna have an interest rate for $20 billion or this and that, and that's something he's gonna have to make sure he makes more every year to pay that loan. But his interest rate on something like that is going to be so low because he's borrowing on assets and the amount of money he has that it's probably not going to be that bad. Like, I know people, I've seen people talk about that like they're
worried that he's gonna go broke.
No, not necessarily that, but because if he borrows to then buy the company, that the company still has to make money in some way or another. And he said that he doesn't want to necessarily make money off of ads anymore, or not like Twitter is right now. So either he's going to have to find another way to monetize the app, or he's going to have to just eat that interest himself and probably, I mean, I don't even know. What's 1% of $20 billion?
See, math is the one thing I'm really not good at.
Can I even pull this at 20 billion? What is that? That's
I'm looking.
it's 20 million. That's 200 million. My phone can't go.
Wait. Let me count this here.
$20 billion. We are idiots right now.
1% of 1 billion. Oh wait.
It's $200 million a year in interest. So I mean, that's a lot of money, but like I feel like he'll be fine. Like I don't know that there's anything.
Like, he is the richest man in the world. So like,
he is, but
sure
he doesn't have a lot personally. That's the thing. But either way, everything he does is worked out. Like, people, like when he first started his companies, like when he first started Tesla, like he was starting it right in the middle of 2008, and so far Tesla and Ford are the only two car companies that have never filed for bankruptcy, and that's saying something. Like, the only two U.S. car companies never to file for bankruptcy, and
it's insane.
And he went from making one car just to raise money for the company to then making it what it is now. And they just finished, I think is it this month or something? They're finally opening up the Gigafactory in Texas, and that thing is ginormous. It's
Dude, I wonder when
crazy.
the Cybertrucks are going to come out.
That's where they're coming from. They're coming from that factory. That's why they've had delays.
I cannot wait to see one of those rolling down the street. Cause
I don't think they're
I would never want to own one.
Oh, I mean, maybe.
But I would want to see it.
They're not as expensive as you would think, depending on what you get.
Yeah, but like, I don't think I would ever. I don't think I would ever want a Cybertruck, but
I think it'd just be crazy because it's fucking it's bulletproof and shit. Like,
it looks like it's right out of a video game. It doesn't look.
I know.
Real.
It feels like it's out of Halo.
Like,
and the truck itself, with how the proportions look, it's huge as hell. Like, you don't realize it, but it's massive. but I don't think they've started production on it yet, or the production line for it. I think that's something they're working on. I think, for what I've heard last time I knew, I think they're trying to start production for the Cybertruck this year. But I think they're already starting to make, I think it's Model Y that's coming out of that factory as well, and their new batteries.
Sweet.
So Tesla, recently in the past couple years, because they've been bringing so much money into the industry, they've developed better technologies where they've come out with new battery designs that are cheaper, last longer, they don't weigh as much, whatever else. So in general, the industry is just growing and growing. I mean, that's definitely why like the first Tesla, no matter what, was going to be $150,000. And that's why now, just over the years, technology and everything has gotten more efficient and better and cheaper, that you can get a brand new Tesla for $30,000.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's just, they are very successful. And I feel like if Elon is like needing money, like he'll come up with an idea. Like he'll make more flamethrowers.
Oh yeah,
He'll do something.
I was gonna say he made 20,000 flamethrowers, sold them in 3 days, and raised, I can't remember how much they were. I think they might have been like $500 a pop or something. So he raised whatever the hell that was, like $2 million. That's not right, but shit. Now I gotta look it up. I gotta do math. But because now my brain's not gonna let me.
It was like tequila or champagne or something.
Yeah, like
where
he is
like
so smart with how he raises money. Yeah, he raised. I don't know if this is true because I don't know the price of those flamethrowers, but I thought they would be with the. I would say probably a high would be $500. I don't think they're much more than that. But if he sold the 20,000 in 3 days for $500, he just raised $100 million. And
see, he's good.
And to make those flamethrowers, they did not cost $100 million to make. So, like he knows how to make money and raise money, and he's like become over the years more and more popular. I mean, shit, I think he has like almost 90 million followers on Instagram, on Twitter. So it's like if he wanted to, he could make cheaper products and little stuff to raise money for something like that. And I think they talked about making Twitter private, so it's not going to be publicly traded anymore. Like SpaceX and some of his other companies are. Like they're all private, so they don't gotta deal with market fluctuations and how if they have a bad quarter, and then the price of the company and the stuff just drops because the stock drops. Like it's not as fluid. So, I mean, I think he thinks that that's like their better bet. I mean, I'm not Elon Musk, so I don't know. I mean, it sounds like it'll work, and I know he promotes free speech, so I feel like people are worried about it, but it's like I don't see an issue with it. I mean, if
it's going to be great. I'd support free speech.
I mean, I don't even use Twitter really. Like I have it, but I'm like never on it. Yeah, we should probably make a Twitter for the podcast.
Oh yeah, we should.
Yeah, we might want to do that. But just in general, it's like I think in general the people are upset because they feel like it's gonna allow stuff to be said, and it's like there's still gonna be restrictions. It's just nowadays many people get restricted because of ideas they say that aren't necessarily bad, but like he's still gonna have standards.
I don't feel like we should have restrictions on certain stuff. Like I feel like we should be able to speak how we want. Like I feel like a lot of people got restricted even if they just said something like I support Trump, like stuff like that.
We should
be allowed to talk about that kind of stuff.